kind of can see the baby a little bit. She's sitting here to the side. Hey everybody, this is episode 3 of First Time Moms. Um, kind of can see the baby a little bit. She's sitting here to the side. Today we're gonna have Leandria. Me and Leandria attended Southwest together. That's Southwest DeKalb High School in Decatur, Georgia. For those of you guys that don't know, let me see. I'm gonna send her a request. There we go. Hey, Leandria.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you look pretty.
Thank you. I had to look like somebody.
Girl, I don't care. I'm still a young mom. I do not care.
You in the early stage, so you really get
hmm
a pass. You get a
Girl,
real
I
pass.
barely could take a shower.
That's how it was. It took a minute. It took a minute.
So tell us about your baby. How old is she? What's her name?
My baby's name is Charlie. That's Charlee. She is 9 months.
Oh,
We
wow.
yeah, we almost had one. I be forgetting. I'm like, dang, she getting old. But
Man.
she'll be 10 months on the 21st.
So what all is she doing? Walking, talking?
So she's crawling. She likes to drag one leg when she crawls. So it look like she ain't got no leg. She is also pulling up, standing, or sometimes she'll stand unassisted. Now she's crying.
Oh, that's because she know you doing something.
But yeah, she's biting her brother. She got 2 teeth. She bites her brother. She plays with the dog. She does some of everything. She's eating
Um,
solids. I did start her on solids, like purees and stuff, and some little snacks. She doing a lot of stuff. She doing too much. She too busy. So get ready.
do you have a
She
walker?
don't like to be held anymore. She in the walker right now.
Oh, okay.
She
She don't
getting
like
the
to be
hang of
held?
it. She wants to get down. She want to be gone and do what she do. She don't want you holding her down unless she's sleepy or she
Okay.
get hurt or something. She want to be baby. But other than that, leave me alone.
It's funny because I say I can't wait till she doing her own thing. Like even now she sleep. So I wanted to
Mm.
put her down, but then I'm like, nope, because she gonna cry. So let me just hold her
That's how
so I can
Charlie
do this
was.
podcast. Yep. But as soon, girl, I can't wait to put her in a walker and just let her go. But then I know I'm gonna be sad. Like, come here, baby, come here.
She gonna be studying you. But sometimes with Charlie, like right now, she good. If I walk out the room, she might cry. Cause it's
Okay.
like I don't see you. Like
Okay.
I need to see you and do what I want to do at the same time. But I
When
don't
did
need
you
you
notice she
hovering.
start doing that? Like, when did she start crying for you or wanting your presence around?
Since the beginning.
Okay. Cause I feel like the baby do that, but she only a month. So I'm like, I don't think she know
Man,
what's going on.
they know. She was in you. You
Okay.
carried her. She knows. She know how you smell, how you breathe, all of that. She know your presence.
All right.
Like
Cause I'll
Charlie,
leave
I
her with
could
my
tell.
husband. I'll leave her with my husband and he is like, I'm like, how she do? Did she stay sleepy? Like, no, she start crying like 20 minutes after you left. And it's like, well, she don't be crying when I be there. What is she doing?
She know. Like, where's my mama? I don't smell her. That ain't the same heartbeat.
Right, right. And it's funny because he'll play womb sounds and let her go to sleep. I'm like, Evan, that just annoying. She don't want to hear that.
No, white noise. Have you tried that yet?
I got the little thing. Let me see.
Oh, you
I
have a
don't, I
machine
don't
for
know if
it.
it work or not. I got this little thing.
I just would turn on a YouTube video with white noise.
Okay.
It's a
It worked for
specific
Charlie?
one. Yeah, it's a specific one though. When you look it up, it's like colicky baby sleeps to this magic sound, something like that. It's a baby laying on a cloud. I had to send it to you, but that one used to calm
Okay.
her down instantly. I don't use it on her anymore like that. I can really just rock her to sleep now. But in the beginning, it definitely came in handy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that one. Cause that was the thing too. We just switched her formula. She was on cow formula. First of all, I did not know that formula was cow's milk. That was the part that made me mad. And I don't even drink cow's milk. Like I eat ice cream here and there, but I drink almond milk. So it had her messed up real bad. So now she on soy milk. So I wouldn't be surprised at that the whole colicky part of the video helps for real. Okay, not down.
See, I didn't even think about that with Charlie. But
What did she do? What'd you
she'll just come up. You said what?
You start breaking up? What you say? Say that again. You said she didn't have issues with what?
You was breaking up too. I said she
Oh Lord, so we both breaking up.
is lagging.
You said she had issues with your milk.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There we go. It look a little bit clearer. Okay, what issues did she have? Like, what was going on for her?
Um, spit up. And, I wasn't producing enough. I don't think she was getting enough milk. I think it was her latch. And I had a sucky
Okay,
lactation consultant. I didn't have a good lactation consultant that helped me with that. It was like, yeah, she not latching right. Just let her practice. And I'm like, what if she never gets it though?
right. Now I remember you saying it hurt. What about it hurt for you?
Really bad because I had ended up getting a blister on my nipple from pumping. And I had to feed her through the blister, healing, and all of that. So it was just a very cringing pain every time she got ready to feed.
Mm.
And
Now, did you use nipple?
nipple butter. What was that? You said, did I use nipple butter?
Yeah, or creams?
Yeah, I use Earth. I think Earth Mama is the brand. It was the organic nipple butter.
And that didn't help with your blisters?
Had a high suction, and I didn't know I was took as much pain as I could trying to get the milk to come out. Cause though you know that first day or two, don't nothing come out but the colostrum.
Right, right.
In the blister, and then the blister had burst. So like the skin with that open skin and her feet and that used to hurt really bad. Being
Mm.
engorged.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah.
you've been engorged before, but that is oh my goodness. I think I may have got close to getting mastitis, but I got rid of it before it could turn into that. Or I just had some type of blockage. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. It was on the side of my breast, and it was like hard. And my milk was coming out a funny color. Like it looked like
Mm.
pus. It didn't look like milk.
Mm.
So I
And
had
what did the doctor
to.
say about that?
I actually did not go. I talked to somebody about it, and I gave it like a day. I just kept pumping throughout the day, putting hot compress on it, all of that, and it ended up going
Hmm.
down. I didn't feed Charlie off
Okay.
that breast though. I fed her off the other one because I didn't like how the milk looked. So once
Right.
the milk started looking normal, that's when I started back letting her latch onto that side. I was just getting rid of that other milk that I was pumping out.
Right. Which was a good thing to do. I know for me that hot shower definitely worked because I would do the warm compressors too with the engorgements, but that did not work. So I literally have to take a shower and just rub my boobs and rub the knot out pretty much. Can you hear me?
Pads that I can hear you.
I don't know what is going on today. I'm about to I want to hit the phone like, come on, phone, work, work, work. Let's see. It's still it keeps showing loading for me. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Okay, I'll turn
Okay,
my
I can hear
Wi-Fi off.
Charlie. All right. What was I about to say? Yeah, so the hot shower definitely worked for me. Now, this is something I definitely wanted to talk about with you for this one. I know last time when I talked with my cousin, we talked about vaginal delivery. How was having a C-section? And why did you have to have a C-section?
Um, it was crazy because it was unexpected. It wasn't supposed to happen. So with Charlie, I got induced early. She
Okay.
came at 37 weeks to the day. And
Okay.
the reason why I was induced early is because I ended up getting hypertension with her.
Mhm.
And she was also a small baby throughout my whole pregnancy. Like she was always measuring small. So they wanted to go ahead and get her out so she could have a better chance at growing, is what they told me. I feel like she
Okay.
would have grew better in the womb, but hey, I'm no doctor. I don't know.
Right.
But the high blood pressure was a concern anyway. So I go in, they give me the inducing meds, nothing's happening. No dilating, no nothing, no contraction. So then they ended up putting this oh, I hate this thing. It was called a Foley ball. It's like
Mm.
a little water balloon. They put in you and inflate it.
Mm.
And that's supposed to help you dilate. That thing hurt so bad. So I was like, I gotta give me some drugs. I couldn't take it. It was the worst cramps I ever had in my life.
You
So,
didn't have
but
an epidural or nothing at that point?
no, uh-uh. This
Oh
is everybody
no.
shoving their hands in me because with the inducing meds, they take this pill and they put it up there, supposed to soften the cervix
Okay.
and start the process, but it did nothing for me. And I want to say they did 2 rounds of it. I think they did 2 rounds of it, and then it's like, okay, we got to put the ball in. So they put that in. That actually got me started. And TMI, but you pee it out. I went to the bathroom. It popped out in the toilet.
How big was it?
It was probably like this big. It wasn't even really that big. It was just, well, I guess to be inside of
Well,
you,
I'm saying for it to
it's
come
fit.
out. Like I know it
Yeah,
was like scary a little bit.
it was. But the lady had told me, she was like, if you pee and it comes out, it's okay. And I was like, thank God, because I wanted it out of me. But they had gave me some drugs and I was knocked out. I really didn't feel a lot of the pain no more after that. I think I slept for like 12 hours. People
Mm.
were in and out checking on me. The nurse was like, the pediatrician came to talk to you. You didn't even wake up. I was like, sorry. So anyway, time is going by. I'm still not contracting. Like to this day, I don't know what contractions feel like. Um,
Mm.
I never contracted. The monitor wasn't picking it up. And then the Pitocin, the other medicine they gave me for labor, was making Charlie's heart rate drop. It kept going down, up and down, up and down. If they took the medicine off, she would be fine. Put it back on it would go down.
Mm.
And they had me laying a certain way with the little peanut bar. That kind of helped, but then it started going back down. So they kept talking to me like, we probably gonna have to do a C-section because we don't know if the baby's in distress or not. You got the high blood pressure, all of this going on. So what ended up happening? Oh, they had to break my water.
Okay. I'm surprised they didn't do that first.
No, they wanted to try to let it happen on its own with the meds, but they ended up having to break my water because I wasn't feeling those contractions with that band around the belly. They had to put
Mm.
the monitor in me. and that monitor was able to pick it up. So I was contracting, I just wasn't feeling it, and the monitor wasn't
Mm.
picking it up. So with my water being broke, it was kind of like, okay, time is of the essence. Um, the longer you wait, the more susceptible the baby will be to infection. It's like, okay, so what do you want to do? I'm like, well, do we really have to do the C-section? Because I got to 6 centimeters. And it was like, yes, we really should. We recommend it. And her heart rate dropped again. And I was like, all right, go ahead and do it. So I was like, go
Wait, so
ahead.
you were wait. You was at 6 centimeters and didn't feel anything?
Nothing.
Mm.
And I don't know if it had something to do with those drugs they gave me the day before. That was probably allowing me to not feel as much. I'm not sure, but I didn't feel anything. She waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
For that pacifier and then going back to sleep. I wish. I wish. So go on. So go, yeah, because I gotta know what happened with the rest of it.
Okay, so I tell them to go ahead, do the epidural, because it was either get the epidural and go in, or I would have to get put to sleep. I
Okay.
guess like if they had to do an emergency one or something, if something changed. So I was like, well, go ahead and do the epidural because I want to be up. So they went on ahead and did it, got ready to roll me on down there. They left Corey in the room, and I was just like, I need him here. And it's like, we gonna get him. They want to get you prepped, whatever. Um,
Hmm.
as soon as they get ready to start operating everything, her heart rate dropped again. So they got worried. So everybody was like, stat, stat. They went into emergency mode. Corey did not get to make it in there.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
he was not in there. They had to hurry up and get Charlie out. And they got her out, but I didn't hear anything because the anesthesiologist was like, well, I don't think she was the actual anesthesiologist. I think she may have been assistant. I'm not sure. Anyway, the lady was rubbing my head the whole time. They had my arms tied down. I'm
Shut
laying
up.
down. Yeah, my arms are tied down. You don't feel anything with that epidural. Like, you feel absolutely nothing. So I'm just laying there. She rubbing my head. She was like, the baby's out. And I'm like, well, I don't hear her. And so I was kind of worried, but I didn't say nothing. I was like, Leandra, just wait, see what they say. And then I hear Charlie cry. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I hear her little cry, but I can't see anything because there's a whole blue sheet up in front of me. I don't know what's going on the other side. I just kept saying, where's her dad? Where's her dad? The lady's like, they're going to go get him. And I'm like, I need her dad. Finally, he gets in. By the time he was coming in, I was getting sewn up.
Mm.
Cause he was like, that was gross. From what he did. But he was able to go see Charlie and everything. He took pictures for me with my phone. And then they brought Charlie over to me. I didn't get to hold her because I'm still strapped down. So they just put her by my head. I got to kiss her. She slapped me.
Wait, why did they tie your arms down? I don't understand that. Like you don't have control of the movement of your arms?
You did I? It wasn't from the neck. No, it was from like the waist down. So I guess maybe if I got distressed or something, they want me moving. I really don't know why they tied me
I don't
down.
like that.
But yeah, my arms were tied down.
Hmm.
And I just laid there. Girl, I was just like, get this baby out of me alive. I was really worried about trying not to freak out.
Right.
Because I didn't want my blood pressure to go up even more. So I was just trying to just like get the baby out. Everything gonna be okay. Try not to be worried. But they ended up taking her to the NICU. So Corey never even got to hold her. She went to the NICU. I hadn't even held her yet. I'm back in recovery. I couldn't see her till the next morning. And at the time I had Charlie, that was kind of like the height of the pandemic. So rules were getting strict. I had her at Grady. I was the only one that could see Charlie. Corey could not even see her in the NICU. For her
Dang.
whole duration of the stay, no matter how long she had been in there, he could not go up there. Only one parent could be designated to go in and out. And it was like right before I came in, I think like a week or two prior, it was just both parents could go to the NICU. And they just had 24 hours, like for a whole 24 hours, dad can go, for 24, mom can go, they alternate.
Okay.
But once I got there, it was only me. So he didn't even get to see Charlie till she came home. And she was in there
Mm.
5 days.
Now, how was
I,
that for you emotionally and like mentally?
that was hard because I went home before she came home. I was
Mm.
discharged before, so I came home and like I just cried because I was like, I thought I would be coming home with my baby. Like we worked so
Right.
hard to get the house ready and everything, and she's not even here. And at that time, they were telling me, "Oh, she may be in here 2 weeks, 3 weeks," and I was worried. So I'm like, "Dang!" And then it's just the having to go back and forth to the hospital, sitting up there, knowing he can't see her, still trying to pump because throughout all that time, I'm still pumping. I'm healing from a C-section, having to go up and down steps. The pain was terrible. Being on those drugs, you being knocked out, incoherent. Because I was on Percocet.
Mm.
But you and I was surprised they let me have that breastfeeding, but it's actually
Right.
safe. It's actually okay. It's in
Okay.
moderation. And I
Okay.
really didn't even take the Percocets like that unless I was in really, really bad pain. I
Okay.
mostly just took my ibuprofen.
Okay.
But it was crazy. It was very tough. And I kind of felt like a failure. So I was like, I didn't like she was small. I didn't get to carry her to term. Now she's in there. I can't get her to come home. My milk not coming in. I'm not producing because you get on social media,
Mm.
see these moms with these freezers full of milk, all these
Girl.
containers, and you thinking that's how it's supposed to be for you, and it's nothing like that. It is
Oh.
not glamorous at all. It was it was a struggle. It was like I hated it, but I loved it at the same time. It was
Mm-hmm.
rewarding because I'm like, I'm feeding my baby. Like, I'm her lifeline.
Right.
I'm
Right.
giving her everything she needs. And if it ain't me, she ain't getting it.
Right.
So I did enjoy that part, but it was definitely tough. And it was hard with her because of her latch. Then she used to fall asleep while nursing, so she wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
eating. The poor weight gain, going to the doctor. We were going to the doctor like every week, every 2 weeks,
Talking
once
about
a
her
month.
pediatrician.
Yeah, just for her weight. And even now, we still going to the doctor. We just had a visit week before last, but now they don't want to see her again until April.
So what are they saying is like what's causing her weight to be so low?
No cause. They think she probably just gonna be fatigued. I mean, me and Corey are not big people.
Right. Right. Right.
He was a small baby. I was a small baby. Um, Charlie was probably small. She
Okay.
eats. She has her meals. She's active, she's hitting her milestones, all of that. So the doctor said she's not as concerned. Now, if she was an inactive baby, things weren't growing right or developing, it'd be a concern.
Okay.
Now, the main thing that is growing on this little girl is her head. Her head is growing. Head is definitely growing.
Now was
But
she the type her head to like predict her movement? Like she swing that head one way, her body go to rest?
yes,
Yeah, that's how
when we used
Evelyn
to do
is.
tummy time, it would be hard for her because she couldn't lift her head up, but she'll lift her body up.
Mm.
I'm like, my poor baby, so she'll cry. And even now, sometimes she'll be playing on the couch. She'll get her head stuck on the pillow and can't lift it up.
I wonder how do they get their next trip? Because that's how Evelyn is. She's like I said, she's only a month. But girl, like she'll go to do one of these and be stuck, or do this and her whole body just fall out.
I feel like around month, was it maybe three or four, Charlie got good at it. I think. Girl, it's a blur. I can't believe she about to be one for
Right.
real.
When you said 9 months, I'm like, I can't wait. I can't. I wish I could skip through teething and just like
No, you
maybe
don't.
skip that month or two. But
You don't.
I'm ready to feed her table food because I'm glad you said what you said because of some of your experience. I definitely felt the same thing. Like not being able to produce enough milk. Like it's like she'll be at my booth 30 minutes and it's like still crying. And it's like, they've been going to make the bottle. Cause I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't have the milk. Like, I don't know what's going on. And even like you say, the freezer full of milk, like, one of the girls, I'm gonna try to have her on here. Me and her was talking and she had the freezer full. And I'm like, okay, what do you do? Like, I'm not afraid to ask people, what do you do? How did you get that much milk? Like, what is going on? How old is your baby? Like, what is going on? Because at a month, I think I just have one bottle in the freezer. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Because
I
every
still
time I
got
make
some
some milk, I
packs
give
in
it to
there that
her.
I know I ain't gonna use.
How many
Shit,
packs
I
do you
made
say you have?
that's in there right now. It's probably like 4 or 5 little
Okay.
bags. I think they hold like 6 ounces, but they're not full. It may be like 5 in them or something.
Okay.
And those they came from. Oh, my last time pumping probably was October.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, let me do the math, girl. I'm like October.
it's been a
Dang.
minute. Yeah,
I keep
I had
forgetting
to
she's
let it
older.
go. I had to let it go. Because it was getting stressful. It was getting stressful. And to have to keep hearing the same thing going to the doctor about her weight, it
Mm-hmm.
was like, Leandria, get your baby fed. Because they started talking about a feeding tube. And I was like, oh, hell no. I'm not doing no feeding
Right.
tube.
Right.
So I was just like, let's start giving her the formula. And even with that, it wasn't a big increase in weight gain. Well, no, this is what I started doing at first. I was fortifying her milk. So I would add formula to the breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tapered off of that into formula. Weight gain kind of picked up, but not really. Because Charlie appetite was just weird.
Okay.
Like, like sometimes she won't eat for Corey, even now. Or she won't finish a bottle with Corey, but with me, she'll drink the whole bottle.
Mm.
Sometimes I might drop her off at her grandparents' house to get babysat. She won't eat the whole time. So she do stuff like that. She funny acting.
Dang. When is her birthday?
May 21st, she is Gemini.
Oh Lord. Okay.
True, a true
Oh
Gemini.
Lord. Not just sitting there hungry because mama ain't there.
And then when I get her,
Mm-mm-mm.
she just drink her little bottle and she be good.
Mm-mm-mm.
One
Girl,
time
that,
that girl went almost a day without eating. All
that
I
now
could do
that's
was give
scary
her
too.
baby food. All I could do was give her baby food. I was
Yep.
like, you gotta have something on your stomach. She
Right.
didn't want breast milk. She didn't want the formula. She didn't want nothing.
Mm.
And I'm up here like, girl, we gotta make weight.
What all tricks have you tried? Like when that happened, what tricks did you try? Did you try like leaving a scarf with her or something?
No, like to have my scent.
Mm-hmm.
I never tried anything like that. I
Okay.
haven't. I'm typically always with her. Right, I'm a stay at home mom right now. I'm not working.
Okay.
So I'm always with her. I've only let her get watched. I know probably maybe 5 times, if that.
Okay.
I really don't take her nowhere. And then because of COVID, you gotta be picky with who you let watch your baby.
Right, right, right. Or even who you introduce them to. Because we at that phase now where we got family and everybody is like, call us on FaceTime, call us on FaceTime. And I'm like, y'all, I'm tired of FaceTime. We just gonna come back to Georgia and we just gonna bring her to y'all house. My thing is too, I'll be 6 weeks postpartum next week. So I want my mama to come to town so we can get a hotel room and be grown. But that's not gonna happen. So
um,
I'm like, even trying to figure out what to do with that, because I'm like, she hollered when she stayed with my aunt for 2 hours, and that's mama and daddy gone. So I'm like, I don't know how she gonna do overnight. I don't know if I'm ready just yet. So we're gonna have to see.
I haven't did overnight yet. I have not did overnight yet, and we trying to go on a trip at the end of the month. So
Mm.
that's going to be interesting.
Girl, you better practice. Especially,
I
is
think
she still like that where she don't eat around other people?
she will eat. She just may not finish it all, or she gonna eat when she ready, but not on her
Okay.
schedule. Right
Okay.
now, they want me try. They want me to feed her almost every 3 hours.
Okay.
So it's still almost like newborn time for me. Um, that's the only thing. So on that 3rd hour mark, she may not eat. She may wait to the 4th or the 5th hour.
Mm-hmm.
She do stuff like that.
Okay.
But I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, she will be, especially
I
as she
think she
get bigger. I
will.
have one of my cousins
She
was
sleeps all
underweight.
night too.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, she'll sleep 8, 9, 10 hours. She'll
From like
sleep.
what time to what time?
She usually wind down. It's like a window between like 8 and 10. She wind down.
Okay.
Sometimes I can get her to sleep at 7, but she probably gonna wake back up again if she go to sleep that early.
So she'll wake up at 7 in the morning?
No, no, no. She usually will wake up around 8.
Okay, that
She,
ain't too bad.
yeah, she usually
Yeah, that
wake up
ain't too
around
bad.
8. Shoot, sometimes we both might be asleep till 10.
Mm.
The late nights and early mornings are pretty much over for me unless I'm just up because I want to be up.
Okay.
And she used to be on her daddy's schedule. He go to work. He leaves at like 4:30, 4:45.
In the
She
morning?
used, she used to wake up then when he would get ready to go,
Mm.
and then she'll drink a bottle and go back to sleep. But she don't even wake up when he leave no more.
Mm.
So hopefully she keep that energy.
Right. Now this is a reminder that we talking about a 9-month-old baby. We're not talking about a new baby. This is a 9-month-old baby. Because I see somebody is like, how? That's a big girl. Because the newborns ain't doing it. Evelyn to get up. She'll get up I don't want to jinx myself, but around every 4 hours for about a hey Charlie.
She been crying.
Looking like Corey. Hey.
I got my headphones in. She can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Now, how do you feel about when people talk about how they look? Because, girl, if I hear another person say the baby look like Evan, I'm going to lose my... I carry this baby. This baby look like me. I don't care how she look. She look like me.
So
This my
most people
child.
say she looks like me. When they do say she look like Corey, I'm like, no, and I get mad. But sometimes I look at her and I'm like, damn, she do look like him. She really do. And she look like her brother.
Uh-huh. Yep, that picture that you posted the other day for his birthday, she looked just like him.
Yep.
Well, try again next time, and then hopefully you'll get the one that look like you.
See, I kind of want another one, but I don't want a boy.
You don't?
I do not want a boy.
That's interesting. That's what we want. We want a boy next.
Really? No. Well, Corey already got one, so for me, that's like enough. He's a lot.
Okay.
He's a lot. Boys are a lot.
Yeah, they are all over the place.
But I can't say she ain't gonna be like that because she probably gonna be right behind him. She might not be the prissy little girl I want her to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Especially
she
in the
already
beginning.
wild now. She wild
Mm-hmm.
now.
What's she doing?
Calling on me.
I cannot wait till this baby move on her own. Like, what kind of noises is she making? Do she know some words yet?
Um, she she said dada, but I don't think she's saying like dada, like this my daddy. I'm not gonna give him that.
No, you got to. He ain't get to see the baby in the NICU. He can get
She
that
just
at.
be saying it though. She don't say it and look at him.
Uh,
And she does. She blows a lot of spit bubbles and all that little raspberries. Um, she knows how to wave. She knows to say hi
oh.
and bye. Cause there's a picture, a painting of me and my mom over her crib, and so
Mm-hmm.
I always tell her like say hi to Nana. So she waves to it.
Oh.
She waves to it every day, and she
Oh.
loves that picture. When she goes in her room, for some reason she just lights up. Like I guess she know that's her room, but
Mm-hmm.
she always get happy when we walk in there.
Oh. What all does she have in her room?
I just got a crib in there, a dresser with a changing table, and I got a storage cube that I keep her stuff in. In her closet, I don't have anything else in there. Her toys are downstairs because we spend most of our time down here. And then she got a bassinet in my bedroom.
Okay. Is she still using the bassinet?
She is not. She is sleeping in her crib.
All night
Yep,
long.
all night long. She sleeps really good in that crib.
You hit the jackpot.
I did.
You hit the jackpot. But
And
you
I
know
have
what?
a camera mounted on the crib, so I'm good.
Okay. I talk, but I know I ain't ready to like not have a baby in the room. Like, of course she's
Oh
still a
no, it's too
mom,
early. It's
but
way too
yeah, I
early.
can't even imagine like her being the big girl in the room. Cause girl, that crib is her closet. I don't. It's funny
You
when
so
my mama
close in
came and
it.
my mother-in-law came, they folded her clothes for me, but we literally washed clothes and I just tossed them in the crib.
That was hers for probably the first 6 months. And now the changing table done turned into that. I don't even use the changing
Uh-huh.
table. But I'm gonna clear it off because I do want to start using the room more and like not having to take her out the crib but then go lay her somewhere else in my room just to change her when I
Mm-hmm.
could have did it in there. And my sister bought me this nice diaper pail for her room. So I'm like, I need to start doing it in there. But the clothes, oh my God, it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So many
I can't do
clothes,
my
especially when you do
laundry and her
laundry.
laundry.
No,
Mm-mm. Cannot.
no. It's too much. Little
Yep.
bitty socks, little bitty shirts, all that. And Charlie has way too much for one baby. And she can't fit most of her stuff. She can
Really?
She's too little. She's wearing 3 to 6 month clothes right now. And she's
Oh.
9 months. She
Oh.
is little.
Oh, her little self.
She
But it's
like
good
twenty
she
six
still
inches
has a lot.
long. Yeah, I was like, she'll probably get to wear the stuff she couldn't wear when she was first born this spring and summer.
Hmm.
Come here,
I
girl.
feel like when it get hot outside, she really gonna pick up weight. That's usually when people start. Well, no, people start getting bigger when it get cold. But I feel like when it's hot outside, everybody gonna be trying to feed her.
Well, they say she active, so she probably gonna lose some weight. She moving around more
Okay.
versus just eating and laying around like a little baby. And she is a busy one.
Now tell me this: how was healing, like your recovery from that C-section? Cause I do like for me, I've had my gallbladder removed, so I've been cut in my stomach before, and laughing hurt, moving hurt. You use your abs for everything. People don't even really know it. How was recovering from that?
Um, it was hard. That was a pain that I never experienced before, and I never had a major surgery before. I only got my
Mm,
tonsils taken out. So it was just the hardest part was trying to sleep comfortably and then getting up.
mm.
Cause we use our abdominal muscles to like sit up, move to get out the bed. So that would hurt in that area. Sometimes it feel like my stomach was about to split open.
Mm.
It hurt so bad, or it was like a stinging type of sensation. And sometimes I would just wake up in the middle of the night and I'm engorged and I got that pain.
Mm.
Everything is just hurting all over. It was bad. But I didn't have any complications, thank God. I healed pretty nicely. My skin did kind of keloid.
Okay.
At first, it was looking real good. I was like, oh, you can't even tell I got cut. But then it did keloid up a little bit. But I ain't mad about it.
Did
So I
you
was like,
do the rap?
I was fat anyway. I ain't show my stomach. Huh?
Did you do the rap?
Like afterwards?
Uh huh.
No, I had got a compression garment through my insurance though. It was
Okay.
almost like a body shaper
Okay.
that was high waisted, but it was so tight I couldn't do it. And then if I had to
Mm.
pee, it was too much. And I still was in pain, so I didn't even wear that thing.
Wait, now did they have a hole down there for you if you had to use the bathroom?
I feel like it didn't. I
So you
feel
have to
like
take it off and put it back on. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I feel like that one didn't. Or if it did, I didn't trust the hole. I probably didn't trust the hole if it had one.
Okay.
Cause I beat up, peed all over myself. And that's another
Girl.
thing. I couldn't take a shower in the beginning because of Well, I didn't even. I had glue. It wasn't stitches. But yeah, they told me not to get that wet, and then I couldn't really walk up and down the steps, so I spent most of my days in the bed.
You can
It
shower
wa-
for how long?
how long did they say? I feel like it was over a week. I really can't remember. It was like if you get in, you can't face the water. So it's almost like just take a whole bath. I was taking a lot of whole
You
baths.
and the baby taking a sponge bath.
Her, shoot, and I really wouldn't even give them to her at first unless we had somewhere to go. I couldn't wait till I could get her in the tub though, cause she hated them sponge baths.
Really?
Yeah, me trying to hold her over the sink, she did not like that, and she was so small.
Okay.
So it was hard to do anyway. She was so little. Charlie was 4 pounds, 12 ounces when she was born.
Oh, she was real tiny.
Yeah, she was like 17 inches or so. Yeah, she was
Oh.
little. I could pick her up with one hand.
Oh, see, Evelyn was 7, and I thought she was too small because I'm used to big old fat babies. I'm used to seeing kids when they like 6 months. So I'm like, all right, girl, it's time to grow. Look at her with them braids. That's how the baby is too. She love pulling braids.
She gonna put them in her mouth eventually. Charlie like to chew on them.
Oh man,
That
what's all the
shit.
nasty stuff she did with you? Like, how many times have you been peed on, threw up on? How's that?
I got pooped on once, like where it shot out at me. And this was in the beginning, and I was so mad. I was having a rough night. I was tired. She was hollering. Corey used to sleep through her crying.
Oh no.
He would not move. I would put her right by his head and have her hollering in his ear. That man didn't move. So I'm changing her diaper, and Charlie had this thing like when we would change her, she would poop.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes her poops came with boo boo. That particular night, that shit shot out at me onto my thigh. I was like, oh my fucking God. And that's when Corey woke up to my what?
Too
And
late.
I'm like,
Go back to
now you
sleep.
want to wake up? Now you want to wake up. But yeah, so she's pooped on me. Charlie never really spit up. She ain't never really spit up like that. She had a couple of times, but it was light.
Okay.
I never really got peed on. She had two big blowouts. One was recent, the other one she was about 2 or 3 months. We were out of town. And we had went to this little hot dog shack sitting outside. I picked her up and I'm like, dang, boo, you sweating. Her whole back was wet. I turned that baby around. It wasn't nothing but shit.
In public.
In public. So I was the only person there at the time. I laid out my little changing pad. I took all her clothes out. She was butt naked on the table. And I cleaned her off and changed her outfit. Cause what was I supposed to do?
Right.
What was I
Right.
supposed to do? I couldn't let her stay in the car seat like that. So yeah,
Mm.
she did have that big blowout, and then recently that one was all over the crib in the bed, like on the sheets and stuff. I was like, dang, Charlie, what happened?
Right.
Because with her, what tends to happen around the thigh, stuff will come out because she's not big.
Mm-hmm.
So the boo boo would end up seeping out and getting places, or it'll come up out the back. I don't know why it come out the back like that. Or
Me either.
if she lay on her stomach, like she always used to have little seepages all the time. But she just had those two big ones that I remember. So we ain't had too many gross moments, thank God. I've avoided it. I've dealt with a lot of babies in my life to kind of know, like, okay, this is how we do this. Now her
Right.
daddy, for some reason, still would pull the diaper from under her before putting another one down. I don't know why
I
he do
still do
that.
that.
All right, you gonna learn. you
You would think that I should have learned because she showed she done peed twice without the diaper underneath her. But I like this baby changer. Let me show you. That's our pad there. My foot next to it. She like it's waterproof, so it'll catch everything we need it to catch.
okay?
But as far as girl, it's funny because I was just thinking about this earlier, and I was like, you know what? Let me talk about this with Leandria because when I had her, as soon as I pushed her out, they tossed her to me. I want to say within a couple minutes, I just felt something warm going up down my shoulder, and I'm like, oh, it's the milk. And they like, no, it ain't no milk. I look, girl, the baby peeing on me. So as soon as she came out, they was like, oh, well, they got her first pee in 24 hours. That's good. So I'm
She
like,
peed
y'all
right
would see
on
the
you.
bright side of it. Girl, I was in so much doggone pain, I ain't even care. I was just like, hey, babe, welcome to the world. Thank you for coming. She done had,
She had to christen you.
right, right. She had to welcome me with some things. She spits up, but I read that them spitting up is from overeating. So it'll be some times where like she'll cry for a bottle because she do the same thing, feed to sleep. So like if I breastfeed, she going right on to sleep. She get the bottle, she going right on to sleep. But if she wake up and she cry a little bit, sometimes I give her the pacifier. But if she's still fussy, even with the pacifier, that's when I just go and give her a little bit of the bottle. But she only doing like 3 ounces, like maybe 3.5 at the most. But yeah, so I had her earlier. I picked her up and I had on the spaghetti straps, and she spit up on my shoulder, and I was just like, oh, comes with the territory.
You're
As
getting
far as
used to
boo boo,
it.
I ain't had now the blowout, girl. I think it was because of that cow's milk. She always would like. They got this thing called who is Infamil? Infamil has gentle ease, which if they're gassy, you give it to them. Girl, every single time it'd be up on her stomach, it'd be up on her side, it'd be up on her back, and it was like liquid. It was like straight
Just
liquid, just
watery.
everywhere. We used to throw away her clothes, and then finally people was like, "Stop throwing away that baby
Girl, you can
clothes and
get that
just
stuff
wash it."
out.
Girl, me and Evan was like, "This nasty, this nasty, throw
You
it
get
away."
used to it. But her earlier poops didn't really gross me out. Like the breast milk poops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you notice the difference between breast milk poops and formula poops. Do
Them
you?
seeds.
Yeah. But it never really stink like that with the breast milk. It was like a sweet smell to me. So
Really?
yeah, it used to smell sweet.
That means your milk was real sweet. Mine it
I
smelled
used,
like spoiled milk.
did you ever taste yours? Was
Now
it
I've tasted
sweet?
it twice. One time it was real sweet. The other time it was a little sweet.
Mine used to taste sweet. I did used to taste it. So I was like, might as well. It's
Right.
mine.
Girl, my thing was, I'm like, we're going to save cartons. I'm going to pump for the whole house. We ain't got to buy milk no more. Then reality set in, girl. I ain't pumping. I don't want to pump nothing.
Pumping was very hard for me. I couldn't keep a schedule. That every 2 hours, every three, I couldn't do it. Now I could feed her like that. If
Yeah.
I could just feed her, I was good. But to tell me to pump too, and they got to the point at the doctor where it was like breastfeed her, then pump the remaining milk out, offer her that in a bottle. I was like, it's too much just to feed her.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my post on Facebook when I was saying feeding a baby is really the hardest thing.
Mm. I
To
ain't see
me,
that one.
oh, I just posted it yesterday. That's been the hardest thing for me, feeding her. And you would think,
Okay.
oh, it's simple, give her a bottle. It is not that simple. You gotta do it every 2 hours, every three, four, whatever, depending on what stage the baby is in. And then it's just making sure you remember and stay conscious of that. It's hard. It's tough. The pumping thing, like your body belongs to baby when you breastfeed.
Yes.
I fed on demand, so I didn't have a feeding schedule when I was breastfeeding her. I just fed her when she was hungry, which
Mm-hmm.
could be whenever and for however long. Sometimes I'd be
Mm-hmm.
sitting there for an hour because she would use me as a pacifier too. But then it's like if I
Mm-hmm.
took her off, she might cry, she might wake up. So you just
Mm-hmm.
sit there, and I used to end up going to sleep too.
Girl.
I have gone to sleep plenty of times, even just holding my breast for
Yep.
her, still knocked
Knocked
out.
out. Yep. I know it.
But yeah,
Nah, boob just all. I got so many pictures where it's like the little baby and then my big old boob just all over
yep. Corey used to take pictures of me
her.
too. And I wake up like, dang, caught me slipping again.
Right.
The couch was our favorite spot. And see, Charlie didn't like to lay straight down in the beginning. She had to be like propped up on you. You
Hmm.
try to lay back with her, she wasn't going for that.
Really?
I don't know what it was about that, but she didn't like it. Even with Corey, she would not let him do that. She really wouldn't even let Corey put him on her chest in the beginning.
Is it because he too straight? Like he ain't
I
got no
think
curves.
I think that's probably what it was. And then just not having like mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Cause then remember, she ain't even get to meet him till 5 days later.
Right.
Like that. So it's probably different. But they used to do a lot of skin to skin.
Aww.
It's hard to get her to do skin to skin now. She be trying to go.
Girl, when I tell you I cannot wait, I cannot wait. I just started putting her in the seat by herself and let her sit. Then sometimes I look and I'm like, she just alone. Let me just grab her and hold her. But girl,
You gonna
I
miss
can't
it.
wait. I can't wait to feed
Yes,
her
you
table
can.
food. I can't wait to get her walking and moving. I'm ready to feed her table food because I'm tired of the whole bottle option. The bottle option to me is like the biggest trick of them all because it's like either cow milk or soy milk. I don't like either product or the other milk that they got. But then how do I know that's something that's created in laboratory? Or you could breastfeed and then it's like the biggest sacrifice of them all. Cause you
If you
sacrificing
gonna do it, you gotta do
everything.
it. You gotta work that into your work schedule, your vacations. Like I be
Man.
seeing girls traveling, pumping while they traveling, but the baby ain't even there. It's like I will say you need a support group if you gonna do it.
Yes.
And I wish I had that going into doing it and just taking more classes. I feel like COVID kind of fucked a lot up as far
Yes.
as opportunities for classes and things because nobody was holding anything in person. But yeah, for any future or yeah, future moms, new moms, if you could try to get in some classes, find you some friends that's breastfeeding, that would be a great help. I wish I had that. Accountability buddies, things of that nature. I ended up getting one, but then I had told her, you know what, I just can't do this no more. But she used to be on it. She used to call me like, hey, you pumping? I'm like, nah, get up. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And sometimes I wouldn't do it.
Now what kind of pump did you have? You had the electric pump or the handheld?
I had two electrics. And I
Okay.
had a handheld. I didn't really use it all. And I had a Haka. I wish I would have had that Haka in the beginning because I probably would have had a more successful journey. I ended up getting it once my supply started tapering off,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't getting a good benefit from it. And my electric, I have a Medela, whatever that one. I have that one, and I have one from Lansino.
Okay, so I got the same things as you because I got the Medela and then I got the Haka. Now I don't even use the electric pump no more. That Haka, she be on one side, I Haka the other. And that's where I really get ooh. Girl,
You
she
get
be
most of your
shaking
milk
his
from that.
leg when she get upset. She be scared because I be thinking she having a seizure. Like she just it is one leg. She just she started doing that like last week. Like, girl, what is up with you in this leg? My husband be calling her dramatic. Like he be like she shake for the smallest things or she get upset for the smallest thing. But that Haka ain't no joke. I can get at least a good ounce out of there if I'm sitting long enough. Two, close to two if I'm sitting. But I've never gotten more than 2 ounces in one sitting.
I can't remember how much I got out of it. It was a good bit, and I think I was engorged on that side when I did it. But yeah, I got it too late. Somebody gifted it to me. I never had it on my registry because I was like, man, they ain't gonna use that shit. But then I started getting in all these groups and seeing all the moms swear by it, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe I get it. I was like, nah. And then somebody bought me one, and I was like, okay, bet. But it was a little too late because sometimes I would put it on, I wouldn't get nothing or a few
Mm.
drops.
Yeah, you gotta play with it.
And then I couldn't get it to stay on in the beginning. Or it was like the first time I tried it, I had to suction too hard. So it was hurting. So I was like, okay, I don't want to use this hurting like that. I might as well just let the baby suck on me.
Cause you'll feel that pain in your shoulder sometime or your side.
It just comes from everywhere.
Yeah, you gotta
Everything
play with
changes
that.
after a baby. Everything
Girl.
changes.
Girl. It's funny because somebody we was in the hospital. We was in the hospital. It's funny because people always said it too. Brooklyn, you talk so much. Wait till you have a baby. Wait till you have a baby. So I kind of already had it in the back of my head. Man, we was in that hospital because I'm like, everybody, my granddaddy swear we're gonna have 5 kids. So me and Evan was just like, no, we'll do 2. And I'm like, at the very most, I do 3. I just don't want the middle child, like the typical middle child kid, because usually how they are in attention seeking or whatever. But I'm like, okay, we're gonna do maybe 2, 3. Girl, we was in that hospital after we had this baby. Somebody came in, was like, when y'all coming back? We was like, oh no, this it. This is,
Coming
and my
back.
husband is the only child. So I'm like, for the only child to say that he gonna have an only child, what did this do to you? Cause you ain't push
Right.
nothing. How you girl, he was done. For the longest he like, nah, I need to guarantee that it's gonna be a boy. If it ain't guaranteed, I don't want another baby. I'm just like, you
That's
ain't
how I
doing
feel.
nothing.
That's how I feel about having a girl. If it ain't no guarantee, I don't know.
What you know nowadays you could just go in and concoct that in a petri dish.
I know, but then it's like so unnatural.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, are you really a girl? What did they create? What did they make? Nah.
Or you'll get a hell of a girl because you done sat up there and wanted her so bad. Because I be feeling like that with her. Like I wanted them to have, because I didn't necessarily get induced. They just stripped my membrane because I got tired of waiting. And now I'm like, I done rush you to come out, and now you just be giving me hell sometimes.
I didn't know you could do that.
They 40 weeks. So here I was 40 weeks, and the doctor was like, because I told her, I said I did the castor oil so I can like induce her with it, because I heard about the castor oil, which the castor oil make you feel like you about to have that baby. That definitely is when I started feeling contractions, but it was a false labor. So I told the doctor about it at my 40th week visit, and she was just like, you know what, I'm gonna strip your membrane. Strip the membrane. I started bleeding a little bit, and then that was during the daytime, probably at like 3 in the morning. I started having contractions. I did what five? What, I forgot what the 511 was. That quick. I think it was 5 minutes apart every hour for no every minute for an hour. I forgot how it go. But anyways, I called the hospital, went up there, and I was just 1 centimeter at a time. So then the other doctor came in. They was like, we're gonna put you on pitocin to speed this up, and then we're gonna give you the epidural. Cool. So when I got to like 3 centimeters, the other doctor came in and was like, your water still ain't broke. We're gonna strip your membrane again. So she did it again. Not even a whole 2 minutes later, water everywhere. My water broke right there on the table. That's what I was saying. I'm surprised your water didn't break first. Or I didn't have the pitocin at that time. I had the epidural. So, girl, these 2 women trying to move me. Now the funny thing is, with my epidural, I couldn't feel my legs, but I could feel everything. Like pushing her out, I felt everything. Like, and I read that for some people, like with that epidural, some people say you don't feel nothing. Some people say you feel. I felt everything.
Mm.
Everything. And
So
I
it
think it
was
was because of the
pointless.
pitocin. Right. It was. So even now to this day, like my back still be hurting sometimes. My back still be sore. And
From
it's
your
like I can't wait to
epidural?
take a bath. From the epidural, my back still be sore. Yes.
Mine did not mess with me at all. It didn't
See?
even hurt getting it done. Like, people had me terrified to get an epidural all my life, and it was not what I thought it was gonna be at
Now
all.
it didn't hurt getting it. I will say that it didn't hurt getting it, but now I don't know why, but it's like as we're approaching that 6 weeks, I feel like it's a lot of stuff coming at me to rob me of my peace that's gonna come when the 6 weeks come.
You know,
Cause
for
my
me,
back
6 weeks wasn't even clear for me. I still wasn't ready for after 6 weeks.
really.
It hurt, and I didn't even push her out.
Mm.
I don't know if it's because of my scar maybe, but yeah, it hurt. So it was like 6 weeks, man. I ain't ready.
See, I just got the stuff for the V steam, so I'm gonna do the V steam as soon as the stuff come in, so
Oh,
I
you ain't
can.
playing.
Yeah, nah. Not only that, too. Like I'm starting to have like cramps a little bit. Which they say you don't bleed when you breastfeed. Well, you went through that. So when did you like start having time of the month again?
When I got on birth control.
When did you start
So
birth
it
control?
was
How many
it
months?
was after my 6 weeks. I got back on it because I couldn't get my IUD. So I was like,
Mm,
well, I need something in the meantime because
right.
I ain't about to have another baby. So they gave me a pill. It was some type of pill that they give you when you breastfeed. I forgot what it's called, but I mean it is birth control. They gave me that. I want to say Was it within the first week? No, maybe the first month of finishing the pack, I got my cycle.
Okay.
So that's what started it back up. Because my doctor was telling me, she was like, breastfeeding is really like birth control.
Right.
I forgot what it's called. Dang, it's a fancy word they got for it. I don't know. Anyway, but you have to feed a certain amount of hours in the day and night for it to successfully work and you not get pregnant. But
Oh,
who finna do that?
right. I
I was
will.
finna be
I
counting
will. I will. To stand
for
the
the second
clear.
night, but it's not 100%. I mean,
True, 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 true.
so it's still like a gamble.
Yeah.
Cause I think Scrappy baby mama had said that little Scrappy.
Oh,
I
Bambi had to. She about to have a third baby.
I know on the second one when they were shooting that season, and what did she say? She was like, I thought you couldn't get pregnant when you breastfeeding. That's what she told them. And sure
Okay.
enough, her ass was pregnant. So it can definitely happen.
I don't. When I look at people, I look at people with stairs kids differently. Like who had their babies a year apart or less than 2 years apart. I look at them so different. Like, man, I feel
How
so
do you
bad
do
for
it?
you. Cause it's like
Yeah.
you just started healing. You just like when they say I want my body back, like it's deeper than wanting your body back. You want your mind back. You want everything back. And it's like it'll never be the same. Sleep will never be the same again. Eating would never be like you never have time. Girl, I can't tell you the last time I had a hot meal. Like a
I
fresh
said
hot
the
meal,
same
it
thing
would never be
about
the same
that.
again. You just get used to cold, you get used to microwave. You look at Charlie. She know, yep, Charlie, I'm telling the truth. Girl, it'll never be the same. Like it's forever changed. Like everything about it. So it's like I don't see how they do it again. I don't see how they can just commit their body because to get stretched all out again, girl, no. I'm trying to lose this last 25 pounds now, let alone trying to build back on again.
I gained so much of my weight back. It's ridiculous. I gotta get it off me.
Now
I
what are
should
you
have
doing?
been
Were
more
you walking and
active.
stuff?
I was not, and part of it was because I had the C-section. Like they
Mm.
don't want you being physical. Those first, I want to say it's those first 6 weeks. I couldn't do anything. So then, by the time I was clear, I wasn't even in the mode to want to do anything. Cause then you got the emotional stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
You really done settled in with babies. It's just like I don't want to exercise right now.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should have caught me in the beginning when I had to drive. It was just like, cause it's been up and down with this one. It's been up and down.
But
It's
then too, by
crazy.
then it start getting cold outside when they probably
That
cleared
too.
you. Yeah.
That too. It was getting cold, and I wasn't finna be out there. I didn't want to have her out there, cause
Right.
I wanted to do the little stroller walks and all that. But I had that C-section because I had her in May. I definitely could have did it. And then she was so little, I was scared to take her out. I was like, her little immune system probably too weak. So I want to say I didn't want to do anything with her till she had got her first round of shots.
Right. Same here.
So that was another thing, and it started getting cold. I want to say by then, because when they do it, 3 months,
Two.
2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, it was July.
But then
But
it
then
probably was too hot.
I think I was just healing too around that time.
Mm-hmm. It probably was
It,
too doggone hot, especially in Georgia, to be outside with a baby walking around.
it's getting nice now though. I do want to start taking her out because we
That's
have
that's
taken
what
her
I'm
to
about
the
to start
park,
doing.
and she do like the park.
Oh,
She
do she
like when we
play?
go. She just be in the stroller, but she don't
Oh,
mind
okay.
being out there. I
She
feel
like
like when
seeing
she
what's
can
going
walk
on.
though, she nosy. Right now, she's obsessed with Coco Melon, so she in a trance.
Oh, girl, them kids love Coco Melon.
Have you played the family yet?
I put her in the I did a video the other day. She was sitting in her little chair, and I don't know if it's a bouncer or what, but that little laid back chair where they could like do this in it. So she was sitting in there and had Coco Melon on. My husband the one that started putting her on to Coco Melon because I'm still old school. So girl, I had her in here watching Magic School Bus, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, like little stuff like that. She would not go to sleep last night at Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I said, let me cut this off. This might have too much going on for her.
So she didn't like it.
Mm-mm.
Or
She kept waking up, fussy.
Charlie, she responds to Coco Melon. Other shows, she might look at them, but she actually gets like happy, like she smile when this shit come on,
Oh.
and she be dancing, like waving her little arms around.
uh,
So I was like, okay, you really like this? I think it's some subliminals in these shows
it might be. It
that we
might
don't
be.
know about because I don't see how these kids are so into it. Like the
Just like
songs,
Baby
even
Shark.
I be singing the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And see, they even got a Baby Shark version on here. She get happy when that one come on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what is it? I don't understand.
It's
What is
something the
it?
adults can't see. It's just for the kids. Have you tried Rugrats? I wonder if she'll like Rugrats, like seeing other babies.
I haven't. I have not tried it. She used to like Paw Patrol
Okay.
when she was smaller. Because I used to
Okay.
turn that, they used to be on in the mornings. So I would turn that on for her and she used to watch that. I've tried Sesame Street. Mm, I think it's too realistic for her right now.
So
Cause she was just like sitting there looking bored.
she need
And
animation.
yeah, the new Tom and Jerry movie just came out on HBO Max,
Mm-hmm.
and we started playing it the other day, and she liked it.
Oh, okay.
And I guess maybe because it was a cross between the cartoons and live action characters,
Mm-hmm.
she liked that.
I'm glad you said that because we still got to see that. I still ain't even seen it. Every time
We
I
ain't
want
watched
to
the
sit down
whole
and watch
thing.
something, I can't even get to. At least you was able to cut it on, girl. I still be catching up. I'm watching. It's funny. In mommy time, I'm watching The Bachelor with the black dude on there. So
I
that's
never
what I'm
even watched The
doing.
Bachelor.
I've never seen The Bachelor. I never seen The Bachelor. All I seen was Flavor of Love back in the day. I love like all of them shows. But The Bachelor, I saw the dude, so I was like, this is the first time I think they ever had a black bachelor. Let me try it out. So that'd be the only thing that I do watch in my free time. That Love After Lockup and Married at First Sight. That's like the main things we watch.
I've been on Netflix lately. I just been streaming stuff. Regular TV, I really don't watch as much. I
Mm-hmm.
watch like Fresh Prince and Martin in the mornings and
Okay.
at night. But other than that, I don't really be watching it. I'm streaming stuff all the time. Binge watching shows,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. But I'm always restarting something. Cause I be done stop, gotta do something with her or get lost in my phone or whatever.
That's what I
But
say.
being
Stuff ain't
at
the
home,
same.
I'm getting cabin fever. I'm like, I need to go outside now. So it's
Oh
getting
yeah,
warm. I'm
especially
ready to
now
go
it's starting to get
outside.
warm. And this be the time, like even remember when we was in school, like this when all the fights used to happen. This when everybody start going together. This when school start getting live. It's something about being outside. And girl, for me, I that's when I get Georgia fever. So now I'm like, yeah, it's time to go home. It's
Are
time. I'm
you
ready
ready
to
to
go
come
home.
home
Ready to hit
now?
the streets. I'm ready to be outside. I'm ready now. I'll take the baby with me. I'm ready. So I'll be wondering like, is it too early or should I wait a little long? Because I'm ready to put her in the stroller and go, or put her in the car seat and go.
Y'all flying?
No, we're gonna drive, and then we're
Drive.
gonna break it up.
I mean, how old is she now?
She a month, so we're gonna wait until she get her shots next month. As soon as she get her shots, now we definitely coming. But as far as like taking her out, because up here the temperature is finally starting to get good, so it's usually like 30, 40s. But yesterday it was like 65, damn near 70 degrees outside. So I went outside for the first time. So I want to take her. It's supposed to be 80 tomorrow. So I'm thinking about taking her outside tomorrow.
You can take her out there. Cause the doctor was even telling me like, yeah, you can take the baby out. That was me being scary.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
real
that's what I'm gonna
scary.
do.
Yeah.
So one last thing I try to do at the very end, a word of advice. So I know I ain't warned you before, so I give you a little thinking time if you need it. What's one word of advice you would give mom, whether new moms, whether new word moms, whether first time moms? What's a piece of advice you would give them, or even like a product shout out that you would give?
Do not buy autumn clothes.
Okay.
Do not buy autumn clothes. One, you have to wash those clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to wash, baby, because everything is small. Two, they grow out of it for the most part. Fortunately, I just got a small baby, but they grow out of it, and then what you do with it? You're gonna have to throw it away, or maybe you can find somebody to pass it to. But it's just unnecessary. I got a lot of stuff that shouldn't even get around to wearing.
Mm.
So yeah, don't buy them clothes. They only need a certain amount of stuff. Now blankets, get a bunch of blankets and a bunch of beds, but don't buy them clothes.
Girl, you talking straight to me because when I tell you this baby, she had her up to 0 to 3 months clothes. She came home, everything was so big. Now she's starting to fit it a little bit. I went on Amazon, bought her the pack of pants, the pack of onesies. We was just in Bye Bye Baby, only to get formula. I done went shopping again and bought her some more
And
clothes.
where does she go, Brooklyn? Where does she go?
I change her clothes twice a day.
You do? You just be taking pictures?
Not
See,
even that. She just be chilling. Like I like dress. I'm the mom that like, oh, look at my baby. Let me show you. Let me get her prop. Oh, babe, don't get sad. Let me show you. She's about to get upset a little bit. So she got her onesie, but then I saw these pants with the little pandas are my favorite animals. So her
look
little
at baby.
slippers. I said, oh, this is cute. So
Look at
at
the
nighttime I
baby.
put on her jammies, and during the daytime I put on her clothes.
Let's see, we don't do all that over here, honey. I'm the lazy mom. I'm definitely a lazy mom. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super mom.
I got the energy. That's really it. Like I got the energy. My thing is I'm the OCD mom, so I'm constantly cleaning. I'm constantly picking. I be having wipes picking at her face all day. But
Oh, she hate getting her face wiped and her
really,
nose. I get in her nose every day. She hate it. Oh, she hate
she
it.
like I don't know why she like getting her nose clean.
Really?
Yeah, like she just sit
Charlie
there.
could Charlie could hate the way I do it though, cause I be in
Okay,
there. I use the little what's them things called?
the ball
The,
thing,
yeah, I use that, but I also would get a Q-tip, cause like if she got a booger, that thing don't be getting the boogers out.
the sucker. Get the sucker. That's what I use.
So I had got one right
Hmm.
for my shower. Somebody help unpack my room and unpack my gifts and everything, put stuff away. I have not seen that thing since. I think it got threw
Mm,
away.
probably they
Cause I
ain't
know
know
I
what it
know they didn't
was.
steal it because they literally had no use for it. So I think it got thrown away in one of the gift bags, thinking it was trash
Hmm.
or something. And then I never got a replacement. But I feel like Charlie wouldn't have let me use it on her no way with the way she is, cause
Hmm.
she just don't like her face touched. Period. She'll fight me and knock that thing out when I'm trying to do
Oh
it.
yeah.
So I'm better off using the ball. And then I use that little Q-tip. But that brand did come out with a thing to get boogers out.
Oh,
It's like a little scoop. I saw it.
that's funny.
But I'm like, will she let me put that in there? I don't know. Because it's hard in plastic.
A little booger scooper. That and these boogie wipes. I use the boogie wipes. So I feel like the boogie wipes soften it.
On the inside?
I use the so I
Because
wipe
I
the
seen
thing
them, but
before
I
I
didn't.
stick it
I
in
was
her
like, how?
nose. So I wipe the
Oh, okay.
bottom of her nose so she can kind of like start smelling the wipes or smell the saline because it got saline on it. And then look, I got my whole little table here. So yeah, these I be using them for myself too. That's why I got so many of them. And then when
See,
I
I
put that
never
thing
tried
on,
them.
I wipe the thing before I use it. Her little sucker. And I'll wipe it first and then put it in there and then just go on it. She sit there. She go. This little baby something else. Her little self. But ooh, what is mine? I should have thought about this before. Um mine is always prepping. If you going whenever you do something, like whenever I go in the living room for the day, I'm like, here, Evan, take her real quick and bring everything in the living room. Or if I got her in here for the night, I set up the little baby changing area that we're gonna have. Cause her bassinet is here. So if she sleeps in a bassinet, cause she sleep on her pillow, I'll make sure I got the wipes, the diapers, and the changer all in one area, so it kind of can make it easier. So I'm
Do
real
you
big
have a
on
pack and
planning
play?
ahead. Who?
A pack and play.
What's that?
Like the little playpen, but it got like a bassinet on it and a changing table.
Oh, this is her. That's her bassinet.
Hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh, what I got. So like one of these is got a
Oh,
bunch of different. But right here on the right side, it used to be a little bassinet attachment when she was smaller.
Mhm.
But that thing has that changing table on it, and it also has a little part where I can put wipes and diapers.
Mhm.
So I just keep stuff in that for when I'm downstairs. And then
Mhm.
all her other stuff is upstairs. I keep something by my bedside, and then I have stuff set up in her room when I start using the room.
But don't it help so you ain't got to be up and down them stairs?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just keep two of everything.
Mhm. Mhm. Or a bunch, cause her diapers. I'll put the diapers inside the bassinet. Cause I used to. They on the side. She got like pockets on her bassinet on the other side. But if the bassinet is facing this way, I would have to turn it around while she's sleeping to get to it. So I just put the diapers inside the bassinet. I put the wipes on the outside part, and then her changer on the inside. So everything, I'm literally in the middle of the night, eyes closed. I got the white warmer.
Right
I'm just
there.
grabbing. I can do the stuff halfway sleep, which I
That's
do,
how
and
I
then
used to be.
breastfeed, and then go right on back to sleep.
That's exactly how I used to be. But now I be trying to sleep.
Girl,
I really like. I've been getting more rest now since she do sleep more. So I be like, man, I want to get up. I can't wait till
enjoy
she can
that.
just get up and go do her own little thing. But then
And
I'm gonna be like, where'd my baby go?
right. Then she gonna be in school telling some mommy, don't kiss me in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her whole face and kiss her
She
some
could
more.
be like Gabrielle Union and them baby, that little baby boy.
She do be acting shady like that though. Look at
That baby
her.
like, don't kiss me, or no, you can't have none of my snacks. Aww.
Her and these fingers.
And she be having her booty in the air.
Yes.
My little cousin used to go to sleep like that. Like
She
legit
sleep
be
like
knocked
that.
out sleep like that. That's how my little cousin used to be.
That's exactly how she be sleeping at night.
I wonder if that's how
But
she was in the womb, like her butt sticking up.
I think so because at one point she had got in my side and it was not a fun experience. And she probably was just like that. I never really could feel her. You know how
Mm-hmm.
you can feel the baby from the outside?
Mm-hmm.
I could never feel Charlie
Oh.
because she was so small, I guess. Now I could see her kicks and stuff, and I could feel her moving in me, but just from the outside pushing on my stomach. And my stomach didn't get real tight. It never
Okay.
got to that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did about 8 or 9 months. In 9 months, I was ready. Time
You
to
was
get this
big
baby
and
out.
ready.
Time to get this baby out. And that's another thing. So to go back for people who probably is new and don't know, so 36 weeks is right when you hit 9 months. Leandra had her baby, had Charlie at 37. So that was like right into the 9 months. But usually they say first time moms don't have a baby until 40 weeks or after. Because I know it was a lot of people that was saying 41 weeks, 42 weeks, which for me, I couldn't take. I want, if I could have, I would have had my baby at 37 weeks. I just knew. Oh no, she coming at 36. I was drinking the teas. I was watching the videos. I was
You
doing
was trying to make her
girl,
come.
girl, and this baby was just like, oh no,
I
nope.
wanted Charlie to stay in there as long as she could. I was
See,
doing stuff up until the last minute. Do you know I didn't pack my hospital bag till I was going to the hospital? And I went to the hospital a day earlier than I was supposed to because I had a doctor's appointment. Went in, blood pressure high. They was like, Miss Knowles, you going to the hospital today? I was like, what? She was like, I need you to go straight to the hospital from here. I'm like, can I go home first? Like, I don't have my bag. She was like, well, your support person. I'm like, he ain't gonna do it.
yeah,
Please
no,
let me. I was like, please let me go home. So she was like, okay, look, as long as you go home, go straight to the hospital. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear this. And she was like, then go. Cause I'm like,
okay,
I feel fine. Like my blood pressure was up there, but I felt fine. none of the signs that they told me to look out for preeclampsia were happening. So I was like, I think I'm good. So I went on ahead, went home, got my bags, and then me and Corey headed off. But
Did
I
he
had
have
a
a
feeling that
bag?
was gonna happen. He didn't, but he could pack faster than I could. But
Okay.
I overpacked. I overpacked anyway.
Me too.
I ain't need none of that stuff. What I thought I was gonna wear, I didn't. I had a whole little set. Lorraine got me the gown, the swaddle, the matching beanie. Girl, I ain't wear it. I ain't even wear it. Didn't get to take pictures in it. None of that. Cause when I got home, all that stuff went out the window. All the pictures I
Mm.
thought I was gonna take and the stuff I thought I was gonna do when
Oh
she came
no.
home, I was like, nah, this life ain't glamorous.
At all.
I wanted
Even
to do
like
a
I
little newborn shoot, like make up a little shoot at home. The way Charlie was in the beginning, I ain't, nope, nope,
I seen
nope.
a hospital bag list and somebody had makeup on there. I'm like, what you gonna
Oh,
put
I
on?
definitely wasn't doing that. I think I put
What
on
are you gonna put
mascara and that was
on?
it.
You barely put on lotion. What you gonna put on? Cause I know that next day I could take a shower, but girl, I really just sat in the water like hurting, and I just barely walked to the bed, and all I was doing was eating and feeding, eating and feeding, eating and feeding.
Yeah, that junk is not glamorous like that.
At
For the people
all.
that find the time to do it, I don't know how they do it, but And then, like I said, Corey, he was not. It was like it was like he was super helpful when she wasn't here. Like
Mhm.
with me and my C-section getting stuff for me. Then she came home and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And I think it's because he ended up going back to work. Cause he didn't get a paternity leave.
Okay.
He didn't use his paternity leave because it was like 2 weeks unpaid. But he happened to get out of work right before that for COVID. He was out for
Mhm.
like a month. So that month ran into me having Charlie. So he was out for
Oh.
that time frame, but like right after I had her, he was going back to work. And I told you he go to work at 4:30 in the morning. So it was just like he would go to bed at night and just don't move when she cried, don't get up no more. I'm just like, so you gonna leave me here with her all day? You gonna do when you
Mhm.
come home and you gonna leave with her all night? Really? This is
That's
what we
funny.
doing? And I was just like, bruh, I see why people break up after they have babies.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
men do not help.
I seen
They
my
do
sister
not help
post something
you.
one time talking about her dude, and I was just like, girl, don't be putting him out there like that. She said he be on social media put me out there like that. And I'm glad that having this baby made me real sensitive. Cause I just go to Evan and I'll be like, listen, I felt like we were a team last week. We don't feel like a team this week. What is it that I need to do so we can get back on the same page? Because I thank God I'm on maternity leave and he's working from home. So if he wasn't working
Okay.
from home, I don't know who I'm asking to hand me this or hand me that or grab the baby real quick or hold her
And
down.
that's
I
the
don't.
hard part. You gotta
Mm,
pee. You want to eat. And see, that was my struggle because, like I said, Corey went back to work in the beginning. And this
mm-hmm,
man worked all the way till 4 o'clock in the evening. Wouldn't get home till I was 5. So
mm,
I was home all day by myself with Charlie. And didn't really have people coming over because of COVID. I had people that would be willing, but it was just kind of like, I don't want nobody around. Like in the
right,
beginning, I didn't want nobody coming around her like that. I just
right.
didn't. So it was tough. And then on top of that, the C-section. I couldn't walk around like that. Bending over. I
Mm-hmm,
wasn't supposed to be bending over and picking her up. I wasn't supposed to be doing stuff like that.
mm.
She was lightweight, so that helped.
Do you think
And
the
yeah,
doctor could have gave Corey a note so that way he could have got paid?
probably not. I don't know.
Because you would think, I feel like with certain types of deliveries, go on and give my man a note so he can stay at the house because I need help. Because if you
I
ain't
feel
supposed to
like
bend over, then who supposed to bend over? He got to
right.
work.
That's what you would think, but I feel like they wouldn't. Just like had Charlie probably been in like some type of severe critical condition in the NICU, they probably still wouldn't have gotten that man no time off. Or it would have been like, yeah, you can use your time. You know
Right.
how these jobs do.
Right.
Cause how you gonna get on paternity leave but no pay?
For 2 weeks
Two
though. What is
weeks.
2 weeks? That's a
2 weeks
trip.
is no time, but then 2 weeks is a lot of time to not get paid.
Yeah, it is. That's a whole
When you
check.
getting paid every week, he get paid every week.
Oh, okay. So two
So
whole
I'm
checks.
missing 2 checks.
Mm-hmm.
But then y'all let me be out for a whole month with COVID paid. Like what? It just
This
don't
your the
make no
setup.
sense. But my job, and part of why I didn't go back because I didn't like how they handled things. They were not gonna pay my maternity leave, and I had to get coverage for my maternity leave because I worked at European Wax Center. They told me that I would have to make sure I had someone to cover all my shifts for my certain days if I wanted to return back to my location and be able to work my same shift.
Oh no.
I'm like, who gets coverage for maternity leave?
Right.
I'm gone. I'm having a baby. I'm not gonna be here. Like
Right.
what? And then y'all not paying for it. I couldn't get short term disability for it. Nothing. And going into that job, I didn't look into those type of benefits because I didn't plan on having a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't plan on being there that long by the time I did have a baby. So it wasn't a big thing for me. But now I know, like going forward with jobs, I gotta really look at what maternity leave looks like, or what do you do for me when I got something going on in my life.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people learned that with COVID too, because I didn't even like how that job handled COVID. They didn't update us with nothing. They told us don't file unemployment. In the beginning, it was like, we gonna wait to see what the government gonna do.
Mm.
And it's like, but you gonna, what about people rent? Like, people can't
Right.
wait on the government
Right.
for rent. So what you mean wait to file for unemployment? Y'all not paying us for being
At
out.
all. And did you have
So
health benefits with them?
I did not, because being pregnant with her, I had what is it? Medicaid.
Okay.
Yeah, I did everything like single. Corey is not on anything because it's more beneficial for me.
Right. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So I actually had that by the time they rolled out having insurance at my job
Mm-hmm.
because it's a franchise. Certain locations will have their own insurance, and then mine finally looked into getting it. But they wanted too much anyway for it. I think for a single person, I would have been paying probably like close to 500 something a month. I want to say that's what it was.
That's crazy.
Or if I did it the other way where it was cheaper, my deductible would have been like $5,000 or something stupid, something crazy.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah,
Evan had that at his last job when he worked at Macy's. We had to spend a certain amount in order for them to start covering. I'm like, nah, that's some bull. I work at a school, so those benefits are always good.
but that's a good thing. They take care of
Mm-hmm.
y'all with that.
Yeah,
They
them
need to get
benefits
y'all some because
good.
they don't pay y'all enough. They
Girl,
need to
what
pay y'all.
up here straight. I get them that. Down there in Georgia, no,
They don't pay.
that the wage down there is some bull, especially with like a master's degree. Like, you ain't even give me enough to pay these student loans. Like, what is this? But up here it's straight. The main thing with up here though, to the school system I worked at, they don't do maternity leave through the school. You have to apply through Department of Labor. So unfortunately, I'm still waiting to see when I'm gonna get some type of funding or whatever. Which I got my last check this last go round. I just don't know how long it's gonna take um Department of Labor for them to start giving me checks or whatever. But
Well, at least
that
you'll
I,
get back pay. You'll get back
maybe
pay.
hopefully, but I hope it ain't that long though. That's my thing. Especially if I'm talking about Evan's birthday next month. Matter of fact, Evan's birthday in what? Wait, it's what, the 10th today. So we got a whole month. Yeah. I got a whole month for Evan's birthday. So usually I try to make sure that I'm good to go because we're gonna go to the Hamptons for his birthday. So that's gonna be our first little trip out the house. So that's gonna be
Fancy.
fun. Hopefully it ain't cold outside, but yeah, that's gonna be fun. Me, him, and the baby. We're gonna try to lead a dog with one of my friends. But that I think that you make a really good point about that, looking into maternity leave and seeing what your job offers. Because I remember one of the dudes I worked at Rutgers, which is a big college here, he had paternity leave, and I remember he was gone for damn near a month, and they
And they
paid for it
paid.
and everything. Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's real
Mhm.
good.
Mhm. So you gotta
They
find
most
them
folk
family
ain't trying to
oriented
pay.
jobs.
And that's gonna be my thing next time. I know now. I definitely know now because I can't go through that. I will say though, with Medicaid, the coverage has been great.
Okay,
I did
that's
not have
good.
to pay anything out of pocket for my pregnancy. The only thing I paid for was my actual pregnancy test because that was before I got my Medicaid. And
Okay.
guess how much it cost to pee on a stick?
100.
90. And that was on a sliding scale. Income.
That's
It was
crazy.
$90.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
$90. I just went down the street and got it for 14, two in a
Girl.
pack.
One of my friends said she went to Dollar Tree. You could have went to Dollar Tree.
See, I was gonna do that, but I know somebody that did it, and it told her she wasn't when she was,
Really?
and that stuck with me. Yeah,
Dang.
so
That's
I was
funny.
like, yeah, no, we not.
So it's a crapshoot with the Dollar Tree pregnancy test.
It might be, or it could have just been maybe she wasn't at the time, then she got pregnant.
Right, right, right. That could have been a thing. That's
I
funny.
don't know, but I wasn't trying to chance it because it was too much going on at that time. I needed confirmation. The
Right.
doctors had told me I wasn't pregnant.
Mm.
They was about to let me leave thinking I was wrong. But I'm like, I took two tests. I gotta be. And I didn't feel right. I was like, it gotta be something. And so what happened was they switched my pee with somebody else's. I'm like, my name was on the cup. How you do
Right. I
that?
was just gonna say, don't you write on the cup? Girl, I'm gonna be real with you. When you said you had that baby at Grady, I was just like, no. I
You
hate
know what?
Grady Hospital. I hate Grady.
So let me say this. They have a newly remodeled labor and delivery
I don't care what they
wing.
got. I hate Grady. If
My
I'm ever
team
in
was
Atlanta,
black.
take me to Emory. Do not take me nowhere but to Emory. I swear by Emory. Don't send me nowhere but Emory.
And honestly, I was scared because I didn't know what things would go like with having a small baby or whatever. And I just wasn't sure how my labor would go. I knew being at Grady and them having the number one trauma center, I would be safe.
Right.
So I did want to be close for that instance. So I wasn't as turned off by it. And then I did another reason that made me more comfortable with it. When I told you Charlie had got up in my side, I had to go to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Grady's ER and I liked the treatment I had received.
Okay.
Like they were on it as soon as I walked in the door. Now I can't speak for the hospital in their ER, but for
Okay.
labor and delivery, as soon as I came in with what was going on, they saw me right away, had me in the bed. They was already checking me, had me strapped up to the monitors, everything, and made sure I left not being in pain.
Okay.
I had went to Emory Decatur, which formerly DeKalb Medical, which is not the best. I went there with the same issue like the day before or 2 days before Grady. They didn't do nothing but tell me to take some Tylenol.
Mm.
And they was just like, it's the baby. It's nothing we can do. It's
Mm.
how they left me. Mind you, I had been throwing up all day. I was like convulsing, shivering. It was crazy. And I kept like dry heaving, but no throw up would come out. And it was like I was pushing, but I wasn't pushing her because I wasn't contracting or anything. It was just weird. It was something going on inside of me, and they swear it was her in my side, but it just took them forever to even service me. So I will say Grady did do me right with that, and I felt comfortable
That's
because I
good.
was looking into switching to Emory because I wanted to have her at Emory, and I was looking into their doctors, and then the pandemic hit. So that was another thing. I was like, man, I ain't even finna try to switch during this pandemic. And so much was going on with Charlie and the doctors I was already seeing. I kind of wanted to stick with who knew what was already going on.
Right.
Because she had fluid on her heart at one point, and then the thing with her size and all that, and then my blood pressure. They already knew what was going on. I was like, it's too late to try to switch.
Yeah.
But I did think about it. I had considered it.
Well, honestly, that's good that you had a good experience. Cause I just know when I look at Grady, I'm one of those judge a book by a cover girl.
Yeah,
Just the
and
look of
that's
it, I'm
how I
just like,
felt.
And then my grandma went there one time. My grandma always go to Emory. Emory always do her right. One time she went to Grady because she heard they had the #1 trauma center, and I'm thinking to myself like, no, you just got heart issues because you eating bad. You ain't got no trauma issues. They probably see people like you just coming in there to get some medicine every day. Like, get her out of here, take her to Emory, and sure enough, they took her to Emory. Girl, yeah,
Mom
nah.
said
And
she
when I
was
was
trying to
going to
get that care.
Emory, I went to because I got pregnant. It's funny, you had your baby in May. I found out I was pregnant. No, it wasn't May, it was June. So I was going to because we were staying in Georgia for the summer. So I was going to Emory doctors. And I liked all the doctors I had. They had a straight little rotation. I liked all the little doctors. My OBGYN was the doctor from Emory when we used to live there back in the day. So that's why I just figured let me go with Emory. So there was one time I caught myself during the first month of pregnancy trying to work out and was start bleeding. So I remember I called Emory and it was a dude, a white guy that was on call, and he was like, "Oh, it's no problem. It'll go away. Just don't work out." The next day I called, they was like, "Come up here right now." I came up there, girl. They was like, "Let's look. Let's make sure what's going on." Okay, it was an implantation bleed or something like that, like where the baby is kind of finding her way, but you gonna get that period, that
Oh,
last period, so the blood is still gonna come. But yeah, that was
okay.
like, and my thing is for people like that, just go and check them, like especially moms, first time moms, just go and check them for whatever. If they come with any kind of concern, it could be, I don't care what it is. It could be something in their back. Go ahead and run the scan just so they can feel better. Don't have me sitting up
Yeah,
here
because
telling
you
you
don't
something
know.
and you talking about ain't nothing wrong.
And that's how my doctor made me feel when she had told me the baby had fluid on her heart. Like, oh, it's nothing. She'll probably grow out of it. But it's just like, you just
Mm-hmm.
told me it's fluid on her heart. So
Yep.
I took my ass to Google, which I shouldn't have did because I saw the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
When actually it did end up going away for her and it was not an issue. But it's just like, you can't tell me that
Yeah, you
and then
can't
just
say
leave me
nothing.
hanging.
You
But
can't say
I ended
nothing.
up having a different doctor. She actually had left the practice, and I ended up getting another girl, and that girl was like on me, had me coming in there every week,
I know
getting
that's right.
ultrasounds. I was getting 2 ultrasounds a week between the specialist and them. Like she was really on me, so I did appreciate that. And she wasn't black. She actually wasn't.
Which
Even though
is
I look,
good.
yeah, I felt like that was good because everybody do have the whole oh the white people don't care about us thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she was actually very concerned. It was the black doctor that wasn't really concerned with one of my readings one time. So I mean, it's just it's people. It's the people.
Yeah, it's
It's a
individuals.
person. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't say it's a race thing. I know it probably can come down to it sometimes, but it's still it can be a case by case thing.
Yep.
And in my situation, I had a good experience.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good. Well, I'm
Now I
about
will
to wrap.
say Emory probably got a better facility than Grady. They probably do. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they
and they
do.
doctors, girl. You know I'm gonna swear about their staff. I love
Yeah.
Emory.
I'm sure it was a good experience. If I have another one, I would go to Emory.
Oh, the
I
next baby
would.
gonna be born at Emory because we coming back. We can. I can't. I need way more support. I need to be able to like how you drop your baby off at the grandparents. I need here. Go to Nana's house. See you later. Or G mom. My mama wanted to call herself G mom. Then my grandma is her great grandma, so she Gigi. I'm like, that baby gonna call you grandma because I call you grandma, and my mama she probably gonna call you grandma too. Like, come on now,
Might call her mama. That's what
girl.
some
She
of them
better
do.
not.
That's what some of them
She
do.
may not. That'll make me so mad, girl. I'm your mama. You got one mama in this world. I'm your mama.
Charlie, say bye. See, she busy. She trying to play.
She gonna wave.
She
Bye
mad.
bye. Oh, and she mad too, girl.
Yeah.
Look, this
She
one
fight.
acting up too.
See, right on time.
Yep,
They say
they
y'all been
be
talking
knowing.
too long.
They be knowing. Yep, we need attention. But thank you so much for doing this. It went there bad. See,
No, it
you
wasn't.
did your
Thank you
first
for having
podcast. You did your
me.
first live.
I know.
Check you out.
Thank
But
you
yeah,
so
thank you
much.
so much. Take care. Bye, Charlie.
All
Tell Corey
right.
I
Bye,
said
Miss
hey too.
Evelyn. He not home yet, but I will.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. 7. I really, really, really appreciate